Admiral Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UES Liberty. The ship was the biggest and strongest warship that humans had ever built. It moved slowly through the dark space near the Centauri star system. Jake had been watching the stars for 20 years. He had never seen anything like what appeared on his screens today. The year was 2387. Humans had built homes on 12 different star systems. Most people lived on Earth, but millions of others lived on new worlds far from home. The Centauri system had 2 planets where humans lived. SciFiPrime had 5 million people. New Boston had 2 million more. Both planets grew food and made things that other human worlds needed. Lieutenant Kelly Rodriguez sat at the sensor station. She was young, but very good at her job. Kelly had joined the Space Navy 5 years ago. She wanted to explore the galaxy and protect human families. Today she saw something that made her hands shake. "Admiral Morrison," Kelly said. Her voice was quiet but worried. "I am getting strange readings from deep space. There are objects moving toward us. They are very big." Jake walked over to Kelly's station. He looked at the numbers on her screen. In 30 years of space travel, he had never seen anything like this. The objects were huge. They moved faster than any human ship could move. They came from a direction where no human had ever been. "How many objects?" Jake asked. Kelly checked her instruments again. 37, sir. Maybe more. They are still very far away, but they are coming straight toward the Centauri system. Captain Ryan Burke commanded a small scout ship called the UES Falcon. His ship was fast and could see things from very far away. Jake called Ryan on the communication system. "Ryan, I need you to move closer to those objects. Be very careful. Do not get too close. Just tell me what you see." Ryan's voice came through the speakers. "Yes, Admiral. The Falcon is moving now." Jake felt worried. He had been an admiral for 10 years. He had fought against space pirates and stopped wars between human colonies. But this was different. These objects came from outside human space. They might be ships from another world. They might carry beings that humans had never met. Dr. Lisa Park worked in the science section of the Liberty. She studied languages and tried to understand how different beings might talk to each other. Lisa had always hoped that humans would meet other intelligent life. She had spent her whole career preparing for this day. "Dr. Park, please come to the bridge," Jake said into his communication device. Lisa arrived quickly. She was excited, but also scared. "Are they really alien ships, Admiral?" "We do not know yet. But if they are, we need to be ready to talk to them." The Liberty had 800 crew members. They were the best soldiers, scientists, and engineers that Earth could send to space. The ship carried powerful weapons, but Jake hoped he would never need to use them. He believed that most problems could be solved by talking. Captain Ryan Burke called from the Falcon. "Admiral, you need to see this. I am sending pictures now." The main screen on the bridge lit up with images from the Falcon's cameras. Everyone on the bridge stopped talking. They stared at the screen in amazement and fear. The objects were definitely ships, but they looked nothing like human ships. Human ships were made of metal and had straight lines and sharp corners. These ships looked like they were grown instead of built. They had curves and strange colors. Some parts seemed to glow with their own light. "How big are they?" Jake asked. Ryan's voice was quiet with shock. "The smallest one is 3 times bigger than the Liberty, sir. The biggest ones are... I cannot even measure them properly. They are like flying cities." Kelly Rodriguez found something else on her sensors. "Admiral, I am detecting radio signals from the alien ships. They are talking to each other." Dr. Park moved to a computer station. "Can you record those signals? I need to study them." "Already doing it," Kelly said. Jake looked around. The bridge. His crew was scared, but they were ready to do their jobs. These were good people who had left their families on Earth to protect human colonies. Now they faced the biggest challenge in human history. The communication system made a sound. It was Captain Amy Foster from the UES Ranger. "Admiral Morrison, my ship is detecting the alien fleet too. What are your orders?" Jake thought carefully. The human defense fleet had only 12 ships in the Centauri system. The alien fleet had at least 37 ships, and each alien ship was much bigger than any human ship. If these aliens wanted to fight, the humans would be in serious trouble. But Jake had a duty to protect the human colonies. 5 million people on Centauri Prime were counting on him. 2 million more on New Boston needed his protection. He could not run away and leave them defenseless. "All ships, this is Admiral Morrison," Jake said into the communication system. "Move to yellow alert. Do not fire any weapons unless I give the order. We do not know if these aliens are friendly or hostile. We will try to talk to them first. Dr. Park looked up from her computer. Her face was pale. "Admiral, I am starting to understand their language. It is very complex, but I think I know what they are saying." "What is it, Doctor?" Lisa's voice was barely a whisper. "They are calling our colonies infestation sites. They say these sites need cleansing. Admiral, I think they want to kill everyone." The bridge became very quiet. Jake felt cold fear in his stomach. Humanity's first contact with alien life might also be humanity's last day in the galaxy. The alien fleet moved closer to the human colonies. Admiral Jake Morrison watched the enemy ships on his main screen. Each alien vessel was enormous. They looked like floating crystals with strange lights inside them. The lights pulsed like a heartbeat. Dr. Lisa Park worked hard to understand more of the alien language. She had been listening to their radio signals for 3 hours. The news was not good. "Admiral," Lisa said, "I can understand more of their words now. They call themselves the Zephyrian hegemony. They have destroyed many other worlds. They think humans are just insects that need to be killed." Jake felt angry. These aliens had traveled across space to murder innocent people. The human colonies had done nothing wrong. Families were sleeping peacefully on Centauri Prime and New Boston. Children were playing in schools. None of them knew that death was coming from the stars. Captain Amy Foster commanded the UES Ranger. Her ship was smaller than the Liberty, but it was fast and had good weapons. Amy had been Jake's friend for 15 years. She was brave and smart. "Admiral Morrison," Amy said over the communication system, "should we try to talk to them? Maybe we can make them understand that we are peaceful." Jake nodded. "Yes. Try to contact them. Use the universal math signals that Dr. Park prepared." Amy's ship sent signals toward the alien fleet. The signals showed mathematical formulas and pictures that any intelligent species should understand. The signals said that humans were peaceful and wanted to be friends. The alien response was quick and terrible. A beam of bright energy shot out from the largest alien ship. The beam hit a communication satellite that humans had built near Centauri Prime. The satellite exploded in a ball of fire. Pieces of metal flew in all directions. "That was their answer," Jake said quietly. Lieutenant Kelly Rodriguez checked her sensors again. "Admiral, the alien ships are spreading out. They are moving toward both human planets. I think they plan to attack all our colonies at the same time." Jake knew he had to make a choice. His small fleet could not protect both planets. He did not have enough ships or weapons. But he could not let these aliens kill millions of humans without a fight. "All ships, this is Admiral Morrison. Move to red alert. Prepare for battle. We are going to stop these aliens here." The human fleet moved into attack formation. The Liberty led the way. Behind it came the Ranger, the Falcon, the Defiant, the Thunderbolt, and 7 other ships. 12 human ships against 37 alien vessels. Captain Ryan Burke's ship, the Falcon, was the fastest in the fleet. Ryan was young and fearless. He had grown up wanting to be a space pilot. Today, he would find out if he was brave enough to fight aliens. "Admiral," Ryan called, over the radio. "Let me attack first. The Falcon can move fast and hit them before they expect it." Jake was worried about sending Ryan alone against such a large enemy fleet. But the Falcon had new weapons that might work against alien ships. The ship carried quantum torpedoes that could punch through any human armor. "Be careful, Ryan. Hit them fast and get out. Do not try to be a hero." "Yes, sir." The Falcon shot forward like a bullet. It moved faster than any alien ship could follow. Ryan aimed his ship at the smallest alien vessel on the edge of their formation. He wanted to test human weapons against alien defenses. The alien ship was still 3 times bigger than the Falcon. It looked like a giant purple crystal with glowing veins running through it. Strange arms stuck out from its sides. Energy weapons hung from the arms like deadly flowers. Ryan fired 3 quantum torpedoes. The weapons flew through space faster than lightning. They hit the alien ship's energy shield. Everyone expected the torpedoes to bounce off harmlessly. Alien technology was millions of years old. Human weapons were new and simple. But something amazing happened. The alien ship's shield flickered and died. The 3 torpedoes smashed into the crystal hull. Cracks appeared across the alien ship's surface. Pieces of crystal broke off and floated away. "Did you see that?" Ryan shouted into his radio. "Their shields failed. Our weapons work. On the Liberty's bridge," everyone cheered. Jake could not believe what he had seen. Human weapons had hurt an alien ship. Maybe this fight was not hopeless after all. But the aliens were not going to let humans attack them without fighting back. 6 alien ships turned toward the Falcon. Their energy weapons began to glow. Beams of deadly light shot toward Ryan's small ship. Ryan was ready for them. He had trained for years to fight other human pilots. Human space battles were fast and deadly. Pilots had to think quickly and move even faster. The Falcon danced between the alien energy beams. Ryan spun his ship in circles and loops that confused the alien gunners. The energy weapons were powerful, but they were slow. They could not hit. "A ship that moved like the Falcon. They cannot hit me." Ryan laughed. "Their weapons are too slow." Captain Amy Foster saw what Ryan was doing. She realized that human ships had a big advantage. They were built to fight other fast ships. The aliens had built their ships to scare enemies into surrendering. They had never learned how to fight a real battle. "All ships," Amy called to the fleet, "follow the Falcon's example. Move fast and stay close to them. Their big weapons cannot hit us if we get close enough." The human fleet charged toward the aliens. 12 small ships raced toward 37 giant vessels. It looked like ants attacking elephants. But these ants had very sharp teeth. The UES, Defiant, commanded by Pete Jackson, reached the alien formation first. Pete was an older captain who had fought space pirates for 20 years. He knew how to use his ship's weapons. The Defiant flew directly under a large alien ship. Pete fired all his guns at the same time. Railgun bullets and plasma bolts hit the alien hull. The crystal armor cracked and broke. The alien ship began to spin out of control. More human ships reached the alien fleet. They flew between the huge enemy vessels like fighters dancing around bombers. The aliens tried to hit them, but their weapons were too big and slow. Lieutenant Commander Sarah Torres commanded the UES Thunder. She discovered something important about alien weapons. They fired big balls of energy that moved slowly through space. Human point defense guns could shoot down these energy balls before they hit their targets. "Admiral Morrison," Sarah called, "our defensive weapons can stop their attacks. They are shooting something that our guns can destroy." Jake smiled for the first time since the battle began. The aliens had expected to fight enemies that would be scared of their huge ships and powerful weapons. Instead, they faced humans who had spent centuries learning how to kill other humans, and humans were very good at war. The battle had been going for 2 hours. Admiral Jake Morrison watched his ships fight the alien fleet. The humans were winning, but Jake could not understand why. The alien ships were bigger, older, and should have been more powerful. Dr. Lisa Park had been studying the alien ships during the fight. She made an important discovery that changed everything. "Admiral," Lisa said excitedly, "I know why we are winning. The alien ships are not really built like our ships. They are grown, like plants or animals. They have living parts inside them." Jake looked at the pictures that Lisa showed him. Inside the alien ships, he could see things that looked like veins and organs. The ships were alive in some way. "What does this mean for the battle?" Jake asked. "It means their ships cannot learn new things during a fight. Human ships have computers that can change and adapt, but these alien ships think like animals. They can only do what they were taught before the battle started." This explained why the aliens were losing. Human ships could change their tactics every few minutes. Human captains could try new ideas and new attacks. But the alien ships kept doing the same things over and over again. Captain Pete Jackson commanded the UES Defiant. He had discovered that human defensive weapons could stop alien attacks. Pete's ship had small guns that were meant to shoot down missiles. These same guns could also destroy the slow-moving energy balls that aliens fired. "All ships," Pete called over the radio. "Use your point defense guns to stop their main weapons. Their energy attacks move slow enough for us to shoot them down." Lieutenant Commander Sarah Torres was flying the UES Thunder through the middle of the alien fleet. She had learned something else important about the aliens. Their sensors could not see very well when there was hot gas around them. Sarah fired her plasma guns at the empty space between alien ships. The plasma heated up the gas and dust floating in space. This created a hot cloud that blinded the alien sensors. "Admiral Morrison," Sarah called. "If we heat up the space around them, they cannot see us clearly. Their targeting systems stop working." Jake ordered all human ships to use this new tactic. Soon, the space around the alien fleet was full of hot plasma clouds. The aliens could not see where the human ships were, but human sensors could see through the hot gas just fine. The aliens began to panic. Nothing was working the way it should. Their victims were supposed to surrender when they saw the mighty Zephyrian fleet. Instead, these small human ships were darting around like angry wasps, stinging the giant alien vessels again and again. Captain Ryan Burke in the Falcon had destroyed 2 alien ships already. His quantum torpedoes were very effective against alien armor. Ryan had learned to attack and then disappear into the plasma clouds before the aliens could fight back. "Admiral," Ryan called, "I am going to try something new. I want to get close to one of their ships and see what is inside." Jake was worried. "Be very careful, Ryan. We do not know what kind of weapons they have for close fighting." Ryan guided the Falcon toward a damaged alien ship. Part of its crystal hull had been broken by torpedo hits. Ryan could see inside the alien vessel through the holes in its armor. What he saw surprised him. "Admiral, you are not going to believe this. I can see aliens walking around inside their ship. They look scared. They are not wearing any armor or carrying weapons. They look like scientists or office workers." Dr. Lisa Park leaned forward. "That makes sense. If their ships do all the fighting automatically, the aliens inside would not need to be soldiers. They would just be passengers." This was incredible news. The humans were not fighting against alien warriors. They were fighting against a fleet of alien civilians who had expected an easy victory. Captain Amy Foster commanded the UES Ranger. She had been watching the alien fleet's movements during the battle. Amy noticed something strange. "Admiral Morrison," Amy said, "the aliens are not fighting like soldiers. They are fighting like people who have never been in a real battle before. They keep making the same mistakes over and over." Jake realized what Amy meant. Humans had been fighting wars for thousands of years. Every human military officer had studied famous battles and learned from the mistakes of the past. But these aliens had never needed to learn how to fight. They had always won through fear and superior technology. The tide of battle turned completely when Lieutenant Kelly Rodriguez made another discovery about alien technology. "Admiral," Kelly called from her sensor station, "I have been watching how their ships communicate with each other. They use some kind of biological network, but sir, I think I can jam their signals." "Do it," Jake ordered. Kelly activated the Liberty's electronic warfare systems. Powerful radio signals flooded the space around the alien fleet. The biological networks inside the alien ships began to malfunction. Suddenly, the alien ships stopped, working together. They had been moving in perfect formation, but now they moved randomly. Some ships crashed into each other. Others fired their weapons in the wrong directions. "Their ships cannot talk to each other anymore," Kelly explained. "Without their network, each ship has to fight alone, but they do not know how to do that." Captain Helen Price commanded the UES Thunderbolt. She saw that one alien ship had been badly damaged and was floating helplessly in space. Helen decided to board the alien ship and capture it. "Admiral Morrison," Helen called, "I am sending Marines onto that disabled alien ship. We need to see what these aliens look like and learn how their technology works." Colonel Danny Wright led the Marine boarding party. Danny was a tough soldier who had fought in many battles on Earth and in space. He had trained his Marines to fight in any situation. The Marines flew across space in small attack boats. They cut through the alien ship's hull with plasma torches and entered the alien vessel. Inside the alien ship, the Marines found something they did not expect. "Admiral," Danny called over his radio. "These aliens are not warriors. They are about 8 feet tall and very strong, but they do not know how to fight. My Marines are capturing them easily. They seem confused and scared." One of the Marines, Sergeant Lisa Murphy, captured an alien who seemed to be an officer. Through her translator device, Lisa could understand some of what the alien was saying. "Please do not hurt me," the alien begged. "We are peaceful people. We just follow orders from our government. We have never fought in a battle before." This was the final piece of the puzzle. The Zephyrian hegemony was not a military empire. It was a bureaucratic organization that used fear and technology to control other species. When they met humans, who refused to surrender and could fight back effectively, they had no idea what to do. The alien fleet began to retreat. Ship after ship turned away from the human colonies and headed back toward deep space. They had come expecting to find helpless victims. Instead, they found warriors who were better at fighting than they were. Admiral Jake Morrison watched the aliens run away. His small fleet had defeated an enemy that was much larger and older. Human weapons, human tactics, and human courage had saved the colonies. But Jake knew this was just the beginning. The aliens would go back to their empire and tell their leaders about the humans. More alien fleets would come, and they would be better prepared. Humanity would need to get ready for a much bigger war. Admiral Jake Morrison could see that the alien fleet was confused and scared. Half of their ships were damaged or destroyed. The aliens had never lost a battle before, and they did not know what to do. But Jake knew the fight was not over yet. The largest alien ship was still intact. It was huge, almost like a small moon floating in space. Dr. Lisa Park had been listening to alien communications. She told Jake that this ship was called a world cleanser. It was designed to destroy entire planets. "Admiral," Lisa said with worry in her voice, "that big ship has weapons that can kill everyone on SciFiPrime in one shot. If we let it get close to the planet, millions of people will die." Jake looked at his fleet. He had started the battle with 12 ships. Now he had only 8 ships that could still fight. 3 ships had been destroyed, and 1 was too damaged to continue. The aliens still had 20 ships, including the giant world cleanser. "All ships," Jake said into his communication system. "We are going to attack their command ship. Stay close together and follow the Liberty." Captain Amy Foster in the UES Ranger was worried. "Admiral, that ship is enormous. Our weapons might not be strong enough to hurt it." "We have to try," Jake replied. "If that ship reaches our colonies, everyone we know will die." The human fleet moved toward the giant alien ship. As they got closer, they could see how truly massive it was. The world cleanser was shaped like a huge crystal flower. Energy weapons hung from its sides like poisonous thorns. Strange lights pulsed inside its transparent hull. Captain Ryan Burke had been studying the alien ship with his sensors. "Admiral, I think I see a weak spot. There is a section near the center that looks different from the rest. It might be their command center." Colonel Danny Wright was still aboard the captured alien ship with his Marines. He had been questioning the alien prisoners. One of them, who seemed to be a ship captain, had told him something important. "Admiral Morrison," Danny called over the radio, "the alien I captured says that all their ships will stop fighting if their command ship is destroyed. Their whole fleet is controlled from that one big ship." This was exactly what Jake needed to hear. If they could destroy the world cleanser, the entire alien fleet would be defeated. But first, they had to get close enough to attack it. The world cleanser began to charge its main weapon. The entire ship glowed brighter and brighter. Energy crackled along its hull like lightning. Jake realized that the aliens were preparing to fire their planet-killing weapon at SciFiPrime. "All ships, attack now!" Jake shouted. The human fleet charged toward the world cleanser. 8 small ships against 1 giant vessel. It looked impossible, but the humans had already done many impossible things today. Lieutenant Commander Sarah Torres in the UES Thunder fired her plasma guns at the space around the world cleanser. Hot gas clouds formed around the giant ship, making it harder for the aliens to see the attacking human vessels. Captain Pete Jackson in the UES Defiant used his point defense guns to shoot down the energy balls that the world cleanser fired at them. His small guns worked perfectly against the slow-moving alien weapons. But the world cleanser had other defenses. Smaller alien ships moved to protect their command vessel. These ships were faster than the big one, and they tried to block the humans from getting close. Captain Helen Price in the UES Thunderbolt fought 3 alien ships at the same time. Her ship was damaged, with fires burning in several sections. But Helen and her crew kept fighting. "Admiral," Helen called, "my ship is badly hurt, but we can still fight. We will keep these alien ships busy while you attack their command ship." Jake felt proud of his officers. They were all brave people who cared more about protecting human families than about their own safety. The Liberty pushed through the alien defenses. Jake's ship was the strongest in the human fleet, with the best armor and the most powerful weapons. Alien energy beams hit the Liberty again and again, but the ship kept moving forward. Lieutenant Kelly Rodriguez at the sensor station was badly hurt. A piece of metal had cut her arm when an alien weapon hit the bridge. But Kelly stayed at her post and kept tracking the alien targets. "Admiral," Kelly said through gritted teeth, "I have a clear shot at their command center. Range is 2,000 meters and closing." Jake looked at the main screen. The world cleanser filled the entire view. They were so close that he could see individual aliens moving around inside the giant ship. The aliens looked panicked and confused. Dr. Lisa Park had been monitoring alien communications during the entire battle. She suddenly heard something that made her very excited. "Admiral Morrison," Lisa shouted. "I just heard the alien commander talking to his fleet. He is ordering all ships to retreat if the command ship is destroyed. But there is more. He said that no Zephyrian fleet has ever been defeated before. They do not have any plans for what to do if they lose a battle." This meant that the aliens were not just confused about this battle. They were confused about the very idea of losing. Their entire military system was based on always winning through fear and technology. Jake realized that this battle would change everything. If humans could defeat the Zephyrian hegemony here, it would prove that the aliens were not invincible. Other species in the galaxy might find the courage to fight back against their oppressors. The Liberty reached point-blank range of the world cleanser. Jake could see alien faces staring at him through the transparent hull. The aliens looked terrified. They had never seen enemies who would fight this hard. "All weapons fire," Jake commanded. The Liberty unleashed everything it had. Railgun bullets, plasma bolts, quantum torpedoes, and laser beams all hit the world cleanser at the same time. The alien ship's shields flickered and failed instantly. Human weapons tore into the crystal hull of the world cleanser. Huge pieces of the alien ship broke off and floated away. Explosions lit up the inside of the giant vessel. Captain Ryan Burke in the Falcon added his ship's firepower to the attack. His quantum torpedoes punched deep holes in the world cleanser's hull. The giant ship began to spin out of control. The other human ships joined the attack. Even the damaged vessels fired their remaining weapons at the alien command ship. The world cleanser was being hit by 8 different ships at the same time. Inside the dying alien ship, emergency lights flashed red. Alien crew members ran in, panicked through corridors filled with smoke and fire. Their beautiful crystal ship was breaking apart around them. The world cleanser's main weapon exploded in a ball of white fire. The explosion tore through the center of the ship. The giant vessel split in half. Both halves tumbled away into space, leaking air and alien bodies. As the world cleanser died, it sent out one final signal to the rest of the alien fleet. All across the battlefield, the remaining alien ships stopped fighting. They turned away from the human colonies and began moving toward deep space. The signal from their destroyed command ship had ordered them to retreat immediately. Jake watched in amazement as the entire alien fleet ran away. Ships that had seemed so powerful and frightening just hours before now fled like scared animals. The human fleet had won the battle. 8 damaged ships had defeated an alien empire that ruled thousands of worlds. But Jake knew that this victory would bring new challenges. The aliens would return with larger fleets and better preparation. Humanity would need to be ready for a war that might last for generations. For now, though, the human colonies were safe. Millions of people could sleep, peacefully knowing that brave men and women had stood between them and the darkness of space. The alien fleet was gone. Admiral Jake Morrison stood on the bridge of the UES Liberty and watched the last enemy ships disappear into deep space. Around him, his crew worked to repair the damage from the battle. The ship had been hit many times, but it was still flying. Lieutenant Kelly Rodriguez had bandages on her arm, but she was back at her sensor station. Admiral, all alien ships have left the system. They are moving very fast toward their home territory. Jake felt tired, but proud. His small fleet had done something that seemed impossible. They had defeated an alien empire that had never lost a battle before. Dr. Lisa Park was studying the captured alien ship that Colonel Danny Wright's Marines had taken. The ship was badly damaged, but it still had working computers and alien prisoners. "Admiral," Lisa called excitedly, "you need to hear what I have learned about these aliens. It changes everything we thought we knew about them." Jake walked over to Lisa's station. She had been working for hours to understand alien technology and culture. "The Zephyrian hegemony is millions of years old," Lisa explained. "They have conquered 17 different species across this part of the galaxy. But here is the amazing part. They have never actually fought a real war." Jake was confused. "What do you mean? They have conquered 17 species?" "Yes, but they did it through fear, not fighting. Every species they met before us surrendered immediately when they saw the size and power of Zephyrian ships. The aliens never learned how to fight because they never needed to. This explained everything that had happened during the battle. The aliens had built their ships to look scary and powerful. They had never built them to actually fight against enemies who would fight back." Colonel Danny Wright called from the captured alien ship. "Admiral Morrison, I have been talking to the alien prisoners. They are telling me some very interesting things about their empire." "What have you learned, Colonel?" "These aliens are not warriors. They are basically space bureaucrats. Their job is to travel around the galaxy and demand that other species surrender to the hegemony. They have never met anyone who said no before. The alien prisoners were very confused by humans. They could not understand why humans had fought instead of surrendering. In their experience, all intelligent species gave up immediately when they saw Zephyrian technology." Captain Ryan Burke had been examining the wreckage of destroyed alien ships. His engineering teams found something surprising inside the alien vessels. "Admiral," Ryan reported, "these ships are incredibly advanced, but they are not designed for combat. They are designed to impress and intimidate. Most of their space is used for living quarters and administrative offices. They have very few actual weapons compared to their size." Captain Amy Foster was coordinating rescue operations for the human crews who had been injured during the battle. 3 human ships had been destroyed and 68 brave men and women had died protecting the colonies, but they had saved millions of lives. "Admiral Morrison," Amy said sadly, "we lost good people today, but their sacrifice saved everyone, on SciFiPrime and New Boston." Jake nodded solemnly. "Every person who died today was a hero. They had given their lives to protect innocent families from alien extermination." Dr. Lisa Park made another important discovery while studying alien records. "Admiral, I found something in their computer files. The Zephyrian hegemony controls thousands of worlds, but they only have a few hundred ships like the ones we fought today. Most of their empire is controlled by fear and reputation, not by actual military force." This was incredible news. The alien empire looked huge and powerful, but it was actually very weak. If other species learned that the Zephyrians could be defeated, the entire empire might collapse. Captain Helen Price was examining the remains of the World Cleanser, the giant alien command ship. Her teams found alien technology that was more advanced than anything humans had ever seen. "Admiral," Helen reported, "this ship had the power to destroy entire planets, but the weapons were completely automated. The aliens inside the ship were just passengers. They could not even control their own weapons manually. The aliens had become so dependent on their automatic systems that they had forgotten how to fight for themselves. When humans disrupted their technology, the aliens had no backup plans." Colonel Danny Wright brought one of the alien prisoners to speak with Admiral Morrison. The alien was tall and thin with pale blue skin and large eyes. It looked scared and confused. Through a translation device, the alien spoke to Jake. "Please do not kill me," it said. "I am just a records keeper. I keep track of conquered worlds." "I've never hurt anyone." Jake felt sorry for the alien. It was clear that most Zephyrians were not evil. They were just following orders from their government. "We will not hurt you," Jake told the alien. "But I need you to take a message back to your leaders." The alien nodded eagerly. "Tell your hegemony that humans will defend themselves," Jake said. "We do not want to fight, but we will not surrender. If your people leave us alone, we will leave you alone. But if you attack our worlds again, we will fight back." The alien prisoner was released in a small escape pod. It would carry Jake's message back to the Zephyrian home worlds. Dr. Lisa Park compiled a detailed report about everything they had learned. The report would be sent to Earth and to all human colonies. "Admiral," Lisa said, "I think this battle will change the entire galaxy. The Zephyrian hegemony has controlled other species for millions of years. But now everyone will know that the aliens can be defeated." Jake hoped that Lisa was right. Maybe this battle would inspire other enslaved species to fight for their freedom. The human fleet began the long journey back to SciFiPrime. The damaged ships moved slowly, but they were carrying the most important news in human history. Captain. Pete Jackson called all the ship captains together for a final meeting. "We did something incredible today," Pete said. "We proved that humans can defend themselves against anyone. Our children will grow up in a galaxy where humanity is respected and feared." When the fleet reached SciFiPrime, millions of people came out to cheer for the returning heroes. The space docks were filled with families welcoming home their loved ones. Admiral Jake Morrison stepped off his ship and was greeted by Governor Linda Hayes, the leader of the Centauri colonies. "Admiral Morrison," the governor said with tears in her eyes, "you saved us all. How can we ever thank you?" Jake looked around at the happy faces of the people he had protected. Children were laughing and playing in the spaceport. Families were hugging their returning heroes. "This is thanks enough," Jake said. "Seeing these people safe and free is all the reward I need." But Jake knew that this was only the beginning. News of the human victory would spread across the galaxy. Some alien species might become allies. Others might see humans as a threat, to be destroyed. Humanity had announced itself to the galaxy in the most dramatic way possible. They had defeated an ancient empire and saved their own people. Now they would have to be ready for whatever came next. The age of human isolation was over. The age of galactic war had begun. But humans had proven something important in their first battle with aliens. They had shown that courage, skill, and determination could defeat even the most advanced technology. As long as humans remembered the lessons of this battle, they would never bow down to any alien empire. They would fight for their freedom, protect their families, and defend their right to exist among the stars. The galaxy would never be the same again.